Welcome to Timeless Chronicles, 15 completely bonkers ways people used to try to control the gender of their baby. In 18th century France, men who seriously wanted a boy cut off their left nut. Men who only sort of wanted a boy could drink cola, but the truly committed took even more drastic actions. According to an 18th century French text, The Art of Boys, the best way to guarantee a male baby was to cut off the left testicle. Watch out for parsley on your head, and stock up on goose grease. One of the most revered medical authorities in history, the ancient Roman Galen, claimed that placing a black ribbon on a woman's left foot would lead to the conception of a girl. He also warned about the power of parsley. If parsley is placed on a pregnant woman's head without her knowledge, her baby's sex will be determined by the first person with whom she speaks. Men who really want sons could hide out with parsley waiting for the right moment. Start looking for a hair to pulverize. If you want a boy, the Trotula, a 12th century medical text, had some interesting advice for women who want to conceive a male child. Let her husband take the womb and the vagina of a hare, and let him dry them, and let him mix the powder with wine and drink it. The ancient Egyptians said to find a green-skinned woman. Sex selection theories are nothing new in human history. As early as 2000 BCE, people were writing down tips for controlling the sex of your baby. An Egyptian papyrus written 4,000 years ago said that women with a greenish cast would certainly have boys. Aim your bed toward the north wind if you want a boy. Until the 17th century, many believed that the direction of the wind or even the direction of the bed controlled the baby's sex. Arrange your bed in a north-south direction to have a boy, recommended the Hebrew Talmud. Afternoon delight guarantees a girl. Love by moonlight means a boy. One 19th century theory said that the time of day would determine the sex of the baby. Girls were more likely to be conceived in the afternoon, while boys were conceived at night. This theory even warned prospective parents to pay attention to the calendar. Girls were conceived on even days of the month, while boys were conceived on odd days. The ancient Greeks said, "It's all about aiming your man juice." Two Greek authorities, Anaxagoras and Parmenides, argued that sex is determined by how men aim during sex. The seed of the man is naturally cast from his right side into the right side of the womb, or from the left side of the man into the left side of the womb. If a man aimed according to this law of nature, a boy would result. If you don't want a girl, find a man with strong swimmers. According to 12th century nun Hildegard of Bingen, the sex of a baby is determined by the strength of the man's seed. When a man has intercourse with a woman with an emission of strong semen, a male child is conceived, since it is ordained by God. If, on the other hand, the semen is thin, then a female child is born, due to the weakness of the semen. The ancient Romans suggested tying up the family jewels. Pliny the Elder reported in his Natural History that tying up one testicle can determine the sex of an animal's offspring. The method was guaranteed with sheep, Pliny promised. If a ligature is put on the right testicle, the ram gets females, and if on the left, males. Others pointed out that the same held true for cattle. Choose your bread carefully. The ends of the loaves guarantee a boy. Another theory claimed that you could control the sex of your baby by eating different parts of a loaf of bread. Truly dedicated future parents should only eat the ends of the loaves if they want a boy, and stick to the middles if they want a girl. Hide a spoon under the bed if you want a girl. Most theories about choosing a baby's sex aim for boys. Throughout much of history, boys were considered more desirable than girls, and they were seen as necessary for the continuation of the royal line. Henry VIII sent Anne Boleyn to the chopping block after she had a daughter, even though the baby went on to become Queen Elizabeth I, one of England's greatest monarchs. Men should drink cola to have boys. Many gender selection theories were based on diet. Red meat and salty snacks will mean a boy, while fish, chocolate, and dairy mean a girl. But one of the strangest recommendations is that men should drink cola if they want to have a boy. The Victorians told women to go on a diet if they wanted boys. Crazy ideas about predicting a baby's sex continued into the Victorian age. The Victorians had some strange ideas about sex, and gender selection is no exception. Eat bananas to have a boy. One old wives' tale claimed that eating bananas made one more likely to have a boy. Whether the banana's power came from the potassium or its phallic shape, the theory claimed that the banana was the most powerful tool to choose a baby's sex. Boys only grow on the right side of the womb. Women should lie on their right sides after sex to make sure that the seed implants on the right side of the uterus, according to one 16th century theory. The uterus had 7 chambers, 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and 1 in the middle. Males grew on the right side, while females grew on the left side. And the middle? That meant a hermaphrodite.